And I'm live. Hello, everyone. My name is Kamitra, and I am coming to you today for episode number 3 on my mini little sessions about things that you are telling yourself that are preventing you from moving forward with this amazing opportunity, your own online business, right? Now, you're all here because at some point you got interested in starting your own online business, being your own boss, having more time for your family and your friends, more money, of course, right? And the reason I know that, and I'm 100% sure of that, is because every single one of you are following my page because you came from an advertisement that I put out there about starting your own online business. Now, you may remember it, you may not remember it if some time has passed, but that is exactly why you're here. Now, you may not know exactly what business you want to run, you may not know if it can work for you, things like that, but somewhere in your life you saw that and you connected to it, which is why you're here, because you're in my business energy, right? And it could have been when you were way younger. I always knew, even as a teenager, that I wanted to start a business. I went on and became an engineer, which is far from having a business, but I did that because that is what I thought I should do at that time. But deep down I knew that the only thing that could give me the life and the flexibility that I really wanted was a business of some sort, right? Now, I actually 5 years ago, maybe I before I immigrated to Canada, I actually bought everything and did the training so I can do facial business. But then I got the opportunity to actually move to Canada, and I decided that I'm going to give that up and come here fresh because of all of the other opportunities that I would get. I didn't continue that because I would actually have to go back to school here for different levels of qualifications, as any immigrant would know. It sometimes it does not match from your home country to here, right? And before I could have figured out what business I wanted to do, because I have already committed to doing a business that would have been my way. I would have still been in the corporate world, but used the corporate world as a stepping stone, as my foundation to build my business, right? Which is how most online businesses particularly work. And it so happened where before I even got a chance to do that, I came across this business opportunity, and it was a perfect fit because it was online. It meant it gave me the flexibility to travel back home to my family. I was in a long distance relationship with Dishan, so that was amazing. And very soon after, I knew that I did not want to even go back into the corporate world because I was so misaligned there that I decided to do this full time, right? Now, this episode last week we talked about things that you're telling yourself, and last week we spoke about where if you are not tech savvy, and I mentioned that if you are here watching me, then you are tech savvy enough. But above that, what is even more important is your willingness to learn something new, right? Our system is built in such a way where it's step by step and it's video based, which means just like how you're seeing me here, you're going to be seeing the videos, and it's going to literally tell you what to do. It's going to show you what to do. So being tech savvy is not an issue. I don't even consider myself tech savvy, but here I am in front of you, right? So today's episode, I want to chat about if you're telling yourself that you can't brand or put yourself out there. It's a business, and we all know for any business to be successful, you have to actually put yourself out there so people know what you're about, what value you can give them, right? Now, before I go further, let me ask you a question, right? Have you ever tried to brand yourself? How do you actually know that you cannot do it, right? Do it. Sorry. Now, you may not know what branding is, you mean exactly what it is, you may not know how to do it, but that does not mean that you can't do it. And it's just a little simple twist in words, but it's such a powerful twist, right? Instead of saying can't, and this is, goes for anything in your life, if you could eliminate the word can't and be more open to how could I do it, or I'm willing to try, I'm willing to find out how, I'm open for ideas. If you can just twist that into can, you may not be able to do it now or as yet, right? As yet is powerful as well. And that's exactly with this business, right? If you have time and you want to have a quick laugh, scroll through my page until you reach probably 2019, maybe 2018, 2019, and look at the difference of how I showed up on my business page to how I'm showing up now, right? And I developed this by being open to branding myself. Before I started this business, I was an engineer, as I mentioned. I did nothing on Facebook other than post some inspirational stuff once or twice. If I was in a bad mood, I would post one of those. You know, all of you know what I'm talking about. Those memes and those graphics that just hit home when you're in a bad mood or you're in a good mood, and you just forward it and you post it, right? And you get engagement. Now with branding, you learn how to intentfully post something because you have something to share with somebody, right? I am sharing with you here an amazing online business opportunity. Every one of you want to start a business. Every one of you want something more in your life, like I said, right? So what is stopping you from going to the next step? If you're telling yourself that you can't brand or you can't do this and that you think you have to do in this online business, then you're selling yourself short. The next step here is to literally get more information, to plug into a 90-minute free workshop to learn about an online business, right? And from there, you will then decide if you want to go into the further step. But don't sell yourself out of just moving to the next step, which is just signing up and spending 90 minutes to know if this can change your life, right? At the end of the day, the only way you would know if something is worth it is if you can see what that end result could be for you, right? And then you can get to decide on the path you take to get there. And that's where my role comes in. I help you and guide you along that path for you to move there, right? But if you don't know what you can actually achieve from it, then you would never know if it's something that you want to actually do, right? So if you're selling yourself short and you don't want to even commit 90 minutes to watch a free workshop to learn what you're actually here for, which is to start an online business, which is to travel more, to have time and flexibility, or maybe it's to start building an extra retirement plan because your current one is not working for you. Or if you very much like me and you want to actually leave the corporate world one day, then this is for you, right? So don't sell yourself short. And check out our workshop. Right? So we go live every Tuesday and Thursday to share with you amazing people what it takes to start and set up your online business and how we are here to help you make that transition from corporate world to entrepreneur. And you can be both. Yes, that's the perfect thing about the system, right? It's your schedule. So come and get information and then make a further decision from there. Okay. So until next week, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. It is Stampede Week here in Calgary, and this is the first time I'm actually interacting with it and going to the events because Bishan wasn't here before and I was truly in the mood to do it by myself. So now that he is, I am making the fullest. So I hope you guys keep safe and have a great week. I will see you.